biggest moment of my pro ball career, I had a really good year, two of them. I had a really good year in 2008 when I played for the Green Bay Blizzard, just being consistent, holding down the starting job for the majority of the year. Just a lot of, that was an extremely neat environment to play in as well, because we're in Green Bay in the summertime, right? So the Packers are off, NFL's not playing yet. And if you live in Green Bay, you're a football fanatic, right? And so when the Packers aren't in town, they all were just like, well, shoot, we're going to go watch the Blizzard play. That's what we were called. And so the arenas were packed out, 8, 9, 10,000 people. So that was a neat opportunity. And then in 2011, it was my first year playing for the Orlando Predators, actually, which is one of the most storied franchises in the AFL. I got my first start halfway through the year. It was a nationally televised game on the NFL Network, oddly enough. We came back late to beat, I think it was the Pittsburgh Power we played, but I had a great game. Arena was packed out. And so just kind of thinking back on it, those are probably the two biggest moments for me. Is that my touchdown to interception ratio?
Gotta go back and look at coach drought.
It actually was an easy transition for me. I had already started coaching high school football while I was playing arena football, because Arena League, is in the spring, pretty much February to, late summer, which doesn't conflict with high school football. So I was already 4, 5, 6 years into coaching. I was on the tail end of my playing career. I could feel it, just get to that point where I was like, I think it might be time. And since I already was coaching, it was an easy transition for me to transfer my passion for playing for my passion of coaching and helping others. And oddly enough, it was I can remember the year. It was going into the 2011 season. I was the offensive coordinator at Olympia High School. We had a kid by the name of DeAndre Francois, who was the former starting quarterback at Florida State. Well, he was a freshman, and he was my first quarterback. And I remember watching him practice and watching him, just the potential he had. And I was just way more excited to get to practice every day to coach him up. And I started to care less about playing. So just that timing of it, I was like, you know what? Now it's time, and never look back. Don't regret it one bit. I've put out every quarterback that's played for me has gone to play college football since 2011. So if I go back to the first quarterback we had at Olympia, Colby Brown, I think he ended up at Tennessee Tech. DeAndre Francois, this is when I was a coordinator. DeAndre Francois went to Florida State. Then I was at West Orange High School. Hayden Griffiths went to BYU. DeAndre was Elite 11 Under Armour All-American as well. He was number 4 in the country, I think. After Hayden, I had Woody Barrett, who ended up being the number 3 quarterback in the country. He went to Auburn out of high school. He was Elite 11 and Under Armour All-American as well. Then I transitioned from being a coordinator to a head coach. So my first quarterback as a head coach, guy by the name of Tyler O'Hare. His dad coached me in the Arena Football League, where he was the head coach of the Orlando Predators, Pat O'Hare, who now currently is a quarterback's coach for the Tennessee Titans. So, yeah, it really is. Tyler O'Hare went to play. He went off and played a couple years of Division III football. When I was after that, I was the head coach at AC Flora High School in Columbia, South Carolina. We had a 2-quarterback system the 2 years I was up there. Josh Heatley went off, actually played fullback in college at Catawba, and then Matt Jameson went and played defensive back at UNC Pembroke. So I guess those two would be the only 2 guys that did go play college quarterback, right? And then I transitioned to be the head coach at Nice in 2019. Joe Nieves was the first quarterback. He was a senior my first year. He actually finished in the top 5 for the voting for the 8A Player of the Year. He had like over 3,000 yards and 34 touchdowns that year. We struggled as a team, but he had a phenomenal year. 2020, the COVID year, Will Carr now plays at Troy University. That was also when we were experimenting with Marcus Stokes a little bit. And then 20, 21, and 22, Marcus Stokes, top 20 quarterback in the country, Elite 11, his story, and now he's at West Florida. So, I'll put it like this. I know that I work extremely hard coaching quarterbacks, but I think I've been a little bit lucky and blessed along the way too, to be able to have those guys, along my journey as a coach, the way I see it.